Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 1:17 p.m. according to a computer clock on Friday, August 28, 2015. And this is my review of Archie number 2. I read this yesterday, so now I'm going to share my thoughts about it. First, I'll read the description on the back, just because there's a bit to say about that as well. First of all, go away, Mom. We'll find out who that quote is from in the issue itself. But anyway, the new school year continues to bring with it daunting new challenges and interesting changes for the teens of Riverdale High. But there's one thing that remains constant. Archie's car is still a broken down jalopy. With car problems comes money problems. I think that's money problems. Which means that Archie's on a hunt for a new job. Fortunately, a mysterious new building in Riverdale is offering some career opportunities for Archie and his friends. Who's behind this conglomerate, and what are their intentions for Riverdale? Find out in the second issue of this all-new Archie series. It's Mr. Lodge. It was previewed at the end of the first issue. This isn't exactly a mystery or anything. Eisner Award-winning writer Mark Waid's Daredevil, Kingdom Come, and Eisner Award-winning artist Fiona Staples' Saga reimagine an icon. And then there's some some reviews, some quotes from reviews in at the bottom. Okay, so first issue, I like the cover. Betty's she's looking at what a dress looks like in the mirror. I thought that this was going to be some kind of dance-themed issue, but it's not. But we'll get into that. Anyway, there's a preview on the inside of the front cover. Not preview, previously. Just to catch us up. They mention a lipstick instance and say don't ask, so we still don't exactly know what that's about. But it's, whatever it was is what caused Archie and Betty to break up. Anyway, then we get this preview before Chapter 1. It doesn't seem to even be part of the actual story. It looks like Jughead's pushing Archie away from the construction zone and saying, "Because I want you to live. That's why." It seems to be like a thematic representation of what happens in the issue, and not like actually part of the story itself, at least from what I can tell. Anyway, like before, the issue is divided into 4 chapters. Chapter 1 is It's Better Than Forsyth. In this issue, in this story, he's lamenting his money problems, and apparently money is a sore subject for Jughead because the Joneses used to be the richest family in all of Riverdale, and Jughead was like, he was the arbiter of cool. Yes, Jughead. As Archie says, see, Juggy's given name is Forsyth P. Jones III, and if you think that reeks of high society, you're bang on. That's an interesting point. Forsyth Pendleton Jones III certainly sounds like an upper crust name. Never mind that I can't actually find any records of anyone having the first name Forsyth. I checked like names databases and stuff. Forsyth as a last name, yeah, that's a thing. There was the actor John Forsyth who voiced Charlie on Charlie's Angels, but I mean, Forsyth as a given name? No, that's not a thing. And certainly not 3 generations in a row. But anyway, apparently Jughead's dad invested everything in in a water bottling plant called into a scam involving a water bottling plant called Pure Jug, and overnight they went bankrupt. Right, because they can just go bankrupt overnight. Okay. So now Jughead's poor, and the kids have teased him by giving him the name Jughead after, Pure Jug. Never mind that Jughead used to be like an insult term for an idiot, like back in the 40s when Archie Comics first started. Remember that movie Jarhead? I never saw it, but I saw a preview for it from, I don't know, the mid-2000s, I guess. It was about, the first Gulf War. The movie was called Jarhead. And I'm wondering if they called it Jarhead just so Archie Comics couldn't sue them. Because I think back then Archie Comics was, suing anyone over anything. But, Jughead has an S on his shirt, and it's been a long-running joke. What does the S stand for? Will Jughead ever reveal the secret of the S? Who cares? But whatever. Anyway, Jughead gives some advice to Archie. Be straight, be weird, be whatever. Just be what you want to be, and if people don't like it... And then Archie says, that's what the S stands for? And Jughead's like, that's what the S stands for. So... Okay, I think the S stands for a certain colorful metaphor, but let's move on, shall we? Archie wipes out a bunch of jobs to raise money to fix his car. Hang on. Yeah, here. And it's, yeah. Betty's dating some guy named Trevor. He wants to, feel her up, and she pushes him away, saying, hey, dude, hands where I can see him. I'm not sure what part of her body that he was trying to feel up, but they don't exactly show it. But anyway, she's just interested in playing video games. Which is a thing. Betty used to be the Super Nintendo champ of Riverdale. Yeah, that's not outdated at all, right? But anyway, I like this image of her right before she throws Trevor out because he wants to he wants to have sex with her. They don't exactly spell it out word for word, but yeah. Also, Sheila comes by. Sheila Wu, that's one of the new kids from the New Kids Off the Wall storyline from a few years ago. Apparently she and Betty are besties because Sheila just comes into Betty's house, the door's unlocked or whatever. Although looking at this, the way that this thing is arched, it's are there stairs down here and then there's a small area to stand, and then there's stairs up here to Betty's room? It's weird. It's Betty's house is pretty big. But yeah, Sheila just comes in. I guess she has a key. And you notice there's a picture of Betty and Sheila on the wall. It's they're tight. Yeah. I guess she's Betty's best friend before Veronica shows up. Anyway, Chapter 2, One of the Guys. Sup. Yeah. So Betty's one of the guys, but Sheila just wants to butt in and say that Betty has to get all feminine for her birthday and crap like that. I mean, who cares? So we get Betty trying to make herself over. Oh, and here's where she says, "Go away, Mom." And this is what Alice Cooper looks like in the new series. a bit different. She's not exactly blonde. She might be a dirty blonde, but looks more like brown hair. So, and you know, Betty has black eyebrows. I wonder if Betty's a natural blonde. I mean, we haven't seen her dad yet, but anyway. She's doing all of this crap. Fake fingernails and, like, bleaching her teeth or whatever she's doing. It's like... I like this panel at the end where she says, like, fix something. That actually comes into play later on. Anyway, Chapter 3, Cakewalk. Reggie, who's darker skinned, and Dilton, who's darker skinned, and Kevin show up at the future home of Lodge Manor for job opportunities. And I think this is Chuck and Nancy. And they're spying on Archie. They want to prevent him from getting a job so he doesn't, you know, wreak havoc and possibly kill himself. But he gets the job, and he's, despite everything that they do to protect him from himself, which I would not do. I would just let Archie get killed. Teach him a lesson that he'd learned for like all of 2 seconds or whatever. But anyway, he does manage to screw things up, and he quits right before he can get fired. And it's like Kevin and Nancy are like, I can't believe this, but it's Archie. He's an idiot. He's a klutz. He fails at life. Anyway, Chapter 4, Not My Special Talent. He's not getting paid, but he has to fix up his mess, so he's working late into the night. Meanwhile, Mr. Lodge and Veronica show up to survey the construction site. Veronica looks cute. Anyway, Archie accidentally sets this equipment into motion and demolishes the mansion right before Mr. Lodge's eyes. He tries to get Archie to own up to it. He wants him to come out so he can see his face. I love what he says. You come out so I can see the face of the man whose liver will be my Sunday dinner. That's an awesome quote. That is so awesome. But anyway, Veronica is intrigued because, of course she is, because this idiot just demolished her mansion. Are we going to go with the she finds Archie attractive, like, no matter what he does route? Because I just... Anyway. So Archie runs away, he's like in love. He comes home, his dad says his car's not as bad as he thought it was. But of course that's because Betty, wink wink, had fixed it. Anyway, it's time for Betty's birthday, everyone's jamming. Oh look, here's Midge's new look, she's got like purple hair. Okay. I don't know who this red-haired woman that looks like Velma from Scooby-Doo. I don't know who she is. But anyway, let's move on. So then this pink-haired girl. I think this is supposed to be, what's her name? That girl that they kept putting on the covers of Archie Digests and crap like that, despite the fact that she's barely in any stories. I think that's Joni Jump, I think her name is. But, yeah. So then Betty looks outside and sees Archie by his car, and then she blows out the candles and makes a dreamy face. Like, okay. If you look on Betty's birthday cake, whoever set it up put on like 8 freaking candles. I guess so we can't determine what Betty's actual age is that she's turning in this story. So she's an indeterminate age and an indeterminate grade. Okay, sure. I guess since this takes place after homecoming, she was born in like October, I guess. So maybe she's a Libra, or I don't know. I think I had once read a story, or at least read of a story where she was stated to be a Libra. But then Archie Comics put profiles on its website, and she was born on June 20 something, I think, June 22nd maybe, which made her a Cancer. But whatever. Anyway, after this, oh, and yeah, it says continued next issue, in case you're wondering. Anyway, then there's an introduction to Classic Archie by Mark Waid, where he previews the reprint in the pages that follow. This is from Jackpot Comics number 6 from 1942. It says it's the second appearance of Reggie. Okay, interesting choice for a reprint. I would have reprinted both of Veronica's introductions, but whatever. So we get a 7-page reprint story. It's Archie in a car race to earn money to fix his car or whatever. This is classic Reggie, in case you're wondering. But whatever. It's a pretty dumb story. But, anyway, cover gallery for Archie number 2. Don't know if these are all of the covers, but here you go. And, next issue. It looks like we're delving into Jughead's rich past. And then a preview for Jughead number 1. More than burgers, but mostly burgers. Jughead getting in his head. 10/7/15. So, in October, Jughead number 1. Okay, so. But yeah, this is a cool story. It's nice that it's focused on Betty a lot. I like Betty. Maybe Veronica will finally talk in the next issue because she doesn't hear Mr. Lodge talks, but Veronica doesn't. Yeah, so it's stated that the new rich, the billionaire's daughter is, or she's going to be attending Riverdale High, so yeah. I think this is Sheila in this picture with Betty here on her mirror, too. That's probably Archie's, like, Ford Mustang or whatever. And Archie and A and B, and yeah. Archie and Betty on the beach. You can see that picture. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Fun story. It's cover A. It's rated teen. So I got the cover by the woman that does the interior artwork, which is fitting. So, yeah. The only thing that I don't like is Sheila insists on Betty becoming feminine. It's none of her business. She's basically like, I'm going to read the exact quote. You're not one of the guys anymore, princess. You're a girl. Own it. It's none of her business. Betty wants to dress in jeans and a t-shirt, that's fine. Anyway, overall, yeah, I like it, and I look forward to the next story. So anyway, it's 1:37 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.